Yo, what up? Good morning. I've predicted this for years now that they're going to smash up the International Space Station. They have to. It's too stupid. It's a lie that they can't continue anymore. There's a flat horizon, obviously, and right to cartoons when it comes to space. This is a lie that is unmanageable. It can't be maintained. None of it's real. And they will smash up the ISS. That's the same shot that's in your textbook from 25 years ago. Fake scientist Nicole Stott just sitting in her office and all her pictures aren't even hung up on the wall. Sloppy, messy. Something happened to the capsule, so they had to say that the guys died. And then the guys just disappeared in Russia and changed their names, and that was the end of that.
The modular station being slowly built in stages over the course of
Slowly built in stages in space, going at 17,000 miles an hour. How many people are up there working on that? Building something this big would take a crew of hundreds of people. You see what I'm saying, right? 2 or 3 people can't build this in space at a time over 10 years. They want you to think that there's a giant space station flying around the Earth at 17,000 miles an hour constantly overhead, and that there's people who take off in rockets and link up with it. It's literally from Moonraker, the James Bond flick Moonraker. I think they're laughing in your face. And so the International Space Station, it's all the countries agreeing that they're going to manipulate the masses together. Just like the Antarctic Treaty. There's two things all countries agree on: space and keeping Antarctica a secret. Yeah, it's the size of a football pitch. You see that, right? You can't build that in space going 17,000 miles an hour. If you gave me and 40 guys 20 years, we could probably build that. And we're not even floating in space and doing it in 3-hour increments and then going back in. The whole thing, it's the most illogical construction plan conceivable. It's so stupid. It should be a mental illness to think that this is real. It should be classified as mental illness. 100% serious right now. The fucking pictures that aren't hung up on the wall. What are you doing? Why is this waving around like that? That's underwater. It's not in a vacuum. It's very obvious. Oh, she's a former liar for the government. Oh, something horrible happened going 17,500 miles an hour, and the 5'4" woman went and fixed it out in space. They got cool names for everything. This would take 40 guys from nothing in floating in a vacuum to this being floating in a vacuum. It would take 40 guys 100 years to build this. I was an electrician for a while. I've built large things. It's time consuming. And then if you're doing it in the hostile environment of space, this is an impossible project. Fully impossible. Look at how big this is. This is impossible to build in space. 15 millimeter lens. It's a fisheye lens that's curving that. Otherwise, you could identify this landmass right here that he's over and then wrap that around a 3D sphere and you would see how disproportionate it is. Where's America? If this is the coast of India right here, and India takes up a quarter of the globe. Where the fuck is Russia? Where's America? No, there's no stars. Where's the vastness of space? There's no stars. To wrap it up, they are going to smash up the ISS because they have to. It's too obvious. They can't continue that charade. The charade of the ISS is coming to an end. This lie worked in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s because it was fun. People wanted to believe it. But now, technology is too great. I can clearly see that this is computer generated. Something real bad's going to happen to the ISS. An astronaut might have to fake his death and then just change his name and move to Arizona. 17,000 miles an hour. And these two things just happen to be right next to each other. Think about how big space would be. So stupid. At 17,000 miles an hour, something that was right next to you would be hundreds of miles away from you 1 second later. Anyway, space is fake. the ISS is coming to an end, and I'm not Nostradamus. I'm not a prophet. But when you know the agenda of the elite and you know that this lie, it's too stupid, just like the globe earth thing, they have to admit it soon. They have to. This the stupidity, it's too obvious that we don't live on a spinning ball. They can't continue with this lie. Anyway, have a great day, all right, everybody? Peace.